What happens if we can control gravity? Growing up as a child, we all would have wanted to have some superpowers like the comic characters Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Even after growing into an adult, we still used to think, if I had that superpower I would have done this or that. Have you ever thought in your life about controlling gravity? Most people will now think, come on man, if we have the superpower of flying it's great, or having the power to become the strongest man in the world would be a marvelous thing that we will have on controlling gravity. If you feel the same way as many feel, have a look at the entire video, then you will know that controlling gravity makes you a human having numerous superheroes in you. Welcome to the Nook and Corner, where future techies come to get inspired. Gravity. We all would know what gravity is. In a simpler form, it is the force that pulls every object towards each other, and some have a perception that a massive object doesn't get pulled towards, but it's a myth. The real fact is that the more massive the object is, the greater would the force of pull by gravity. Now we are moving on to the real content of the video, the powers or the gains of having the control over gravity. To begin with, the spacecraft no longer requires any fuel to make inroads into outer space. The gravity control will create a synthetic gravity that is somewhat an artificial gravity that mimics the gravitational force and helps travel spacecraft without any fuel source. This would save enormous energy and outer space travel won't be a bigger thing anymore. But controlling gravity isn't an easier thing. And then, the second power that we can have on controlling gravity is that you can travel faster than the speed of light, which means now you are the fastest moving thing in the entire galaxy. With the help of controlling gravity, you can manipulate and control the fabric of space-time. The fabric of space-time is a curvaceous, smooth and long-driven space. Thus, by using the technology of warp drive, we can travel faster than light. Now, this is a serious superpower which you will have once you can control gravity. Following them, what if I say you can even become invisible to others if you can control gravity? Yes, you can become invisible. This isn't something I say to attract people to this video, but by controlling gravity you will be able to control the paths of light rays, and it is analogous that light rays curve when space-time itself is curvaceous and smooth in the path. And next, how about even having control over time? Then you will be called a time traveler. Gravity has control over time. We can manipulate and control the gravity around a certain region, then with the help of that we can control the time around that region. This is some insane stuff that can be dealt with if we can control gravity. This is a superpower everyone will feel to have. Following up, you can have easier access to space travel and have the access to roam around countries like roaming around a street. You can travel from North America to South America in a single jump. This excites you to see Earth, where we can control gravity. But as I have already said, controlling gravity isn't an easier job, or even we can say it is one of the few things that are even impossible to achieve. However, with the technology being available in this 21st century and the hunger of today's entrepreneurs can even make controlling gravity a thing be made possible. But, everything in this galaxy has two sides, like a coin which has a tail side and a head side. Once if gravity is controlled, we will have an equal side of negative effects as like those positives. At first, if the gravity is controlled or on a larger side, if it is lost, then the wounds we undertake will take years to heal, leaving all of us in an unhealthy state. The immune system of our body will be so numb that it makes us prone to numerous infections. Next, the Earth's atmosphere and oceans, rivers, ponds, and even some parts of the land would drift away into space. Even imagining a thing like this happening is horrible. People wandering outside would even get lost in space, followed by the ones warp staying in the buildings. And then, the lack of gravity makes the matter on planets, stars, and the entire universe goes clumsy, which would eventually make them nothing but trash on the galaxy, wandering here and there. Finally, without water, land and air, any race on this galaxy wouldn't survive. The entire life form would be wiped out and the galaxy would be a large dark room that doesn't have anything. So, it's clear from this, even though we as humankind have achieved so many impossible things, But trying to achieve something by entirely going against the science of nature could even wipe out a large amount of humankind. But there could be some other objects in this universe that could make us overcome these struggles. Want to know that? Follow us continuously. We will upload the solution in upcoming videos. Hope you like this space flip. Thank you for watching.